Hello, Dr. Davis in class. I'd like to first start off by saying I watched your lecture, Dr. Davis, and I thought that was pretty cool how you proposed to your wife during the Ironman competition. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that's how you did it. It's a great story, and for them to film that for you to have is pretty cool. The first facility that I want to kind of talk to you about is St. Andrews, the old course in Scotland. It is considered the oldest golf course in the world and also considered the home of golf. I got to experience going to St. Andrews in 2012 when I studied abroad with the University of Southern Mississippi. It was part of the International Global Sports Studies class that I was a part of. We got to go and walk the entire golf course and go through the museum of, there's just the different history of golf and, the way the game's evolved from the balls to the clubs. And the original course was 22 holes and it was shortened to 18 holes in 1764. And that's still the use that is going on today. So that is still kind of the modern way golf is played. So St. Andrews is actually the governing body for golf worldwide except for the United States and Mexico. So most of the things that go on at St. Andrews have a major effect on the way golf is being played today, still worldwide. St. Andrews has also hosted 29 Open Championships, which is considered the oldest golf major championship in the world. It's played there every 5 years. Actually, when I was studying abroad, I got to go to the Open Championship, but the year I was there, it was played at Royal St. George's. Wish it would have been able to be played at St. Andrews. I think that would have been an awesome experience, but it was played at Royal St. George's. And St. Andrews is also home to the iconic Swilcan Bridge, which is one of the most iconic attractions in all of golf. It's very famous for a lot of golfers when they basically play their last round ever at St. Andrews. They get their picture taken there, and that's one of the memories that goes down in the Hall of Fame, the Golf Hall of Fame. That's a very cool moment for a lot of people, and I've actually also got to be able to take my picture on that bridge, so pretty cool experience. So that is St. Andrews. That is the home of golf in Scotland. And then the next facility that I'm going to talk about is US Bank Stadium, which is the home of the Minnesota Vikings. It opened in 2016, so it's a fairly new stadium. I also have some experience in US Bank Stadium. In 2018, I was the PA announcer for the 23rd Annual All-American Bowl. And that was the neat thing about that. It was the All-American Bowl was held 26 days before Super Bowl 52. So I actually got to test the PA systems for the last major testing right before the Super Bowl. And that was a great experience. So US Bank Stadium is a fixed roof stadium, and as I mentioned, it was the site of Super Bowl 52. ESPN X Games were held there in 2018. The NCAA Final Four men's basketball tournament was held there in 2019, and in 2020, the NCAA wrestling championships will be held there. So it's a football stadium, but as you can see, it's a multi-use facility as well. There's a lot of other events being held there. From those things, as well as to hosting live events such as concerts and things like that. One of the things I also want to talk about is while it is a newer stadium and is very nice and very aesthetically pleasing, there were some poor designs in the building. There's a lot of glass that is used on the outside facade of the building, and it is very aesthetically pleasing, but it's a highly reflected glass. And the stadium lies on the Mississippi Flyway, so it's a very high migratory route for birds, and it's actually caused a large number of bird deaths as the glass is so transparent that birds fly into the glass and they die. And it will actually cost about $10 million to replace the existing glass rather than the initial $1 million would have cost to originally change the design in the project. So that's a differentiation of about $9 million that the designers could have saved initially by going and changing that glass. So those are the two facilities I looked at. So hope you guys learned something. So thank you.